Claro, hágale,
Está durísimo, parce, o sea, este partido me ha encantado rabia. O sea, porque me insultó mucho y como que no sé qué hacer. Y entonces me da más curiosidad que sea un hombre. ¿Cómo va a llegar un hombre para volverme mierda? Y solamente tiene que ser así ya. Me revolcaron de la manera más asquerosa de la vida.
Es que me trajeron una blanco y negro. Me trajeron un televisor blanco y negro.
Es horrible. Necesitaba llorar.
Pues no mucho, pero. No mucho, pero vemos más que ahí.
Ani, trate de estirar el pie, póngalo ahí.
Hielito, niña, hielito. Si hay que ir a Walmart a traer uno más grande, no. Lo volvemos ahora más tarde. Es que como que
Cógelelo.
Gol.
No. Sube,
Nosotros empezamos al lado de la pared, ¿verdad?
Ay, no, al lado de acá.
Sí, fue gol. No.
Ah, está solo.
¿Quién es el primo?
Mauricio.
No, se fue sola. ¿Quién es ese? ¿Quién es esa? Está sola, pues que está sola.
Daniela.
Ah, ese es Víctor.
Uy, gracias.
El bolsito del caso.
No ve. Necesitas poner algo right there, una toalla.
Cubrir para que no se vea tan oscuro. Ah, clarito.
Sí, para que no se vea feo.
Pero si da allá, ¿cierto? Cayó una aleta.
Sí, creo que Jimmy. Oh, yes. Yeah. Gol de...
Es que ya más está high school acá. Pégate a esa línea, vale. Pégate a esa línea para poder ver algo. ¡Tony! ¿Qué le pasó?
Bien.
¿Y cómo está?
¿Cómo están
Did you see
jugando
the score?
estos partidos?
Wait, so how does this work? Is it just like... So this is the half of the pool? This is the halfway
No,
mark?
that is the goal, our goal.
That's the one right here.
Under the noodles, yep.
So that's the half. Why is it like that? Like, why didn't they do like a full pool?
Too long. It has
Too
to be,
long?
yeah. Working pools have to be a certain dimension.
Creo que sí, sí, claro. Que yo me cuento nada.
Ese balón no se mueve debajo del agua. Ten mucho cuidado con los pases.
Se queda.
Se queda. Uno le hace así y ahí queda.
Limpiaron mucho.
No sé.
Le echaron
Lo echaron mucho, entonces
No está
tenemos que estar hasta más cerquitas. Porque uno trata de tirar ese balón y ahí queda.
Pero eso no lo tienen que cambiar.
Se supone, pero si el juez no ha dicho nada, no se hace nada.
Ese es el primo.
Sí, el primo.
Oh no, Barbu Chance. César.
Se va a volar.
Esto no es el balón.
Mauro, ¿no? Era para abajo,
No, tiene un pulmón, es más un pescado.
Tiene como 4.
Es más tiene que caer debajo porque afuera no resiste. No, pues que no se ve bien.
Está viendo bien. De pronto la voltean un poquito que no les dé toda esa luz.
Pasó, falta.
Yep. Falta.
A cambio. ¿Qué pasa? Ya no me gusta rápido.
Oh, falta, no.
Sí, falta a favor de nosotros.
Sí, falta porque ellos están metidos ya gol y lo...
Los delanteros tienen que bajar. ¡Vale!
¿Y quién metió con Florida?
Como nosotros.
¿Oh, sí?
Sí, ganando. Ah,
No la movieron.
Okay, what did they do? They said,
no.
Es que hubiéramos colocar una vaina así.
Es que es por tanta luz.
Sí.
Y si vamos a volver que ponte lo más grande de los...
Sí, ok. Una pantalla
Nosotros tratamos de hacer así, un video bien bueno y así con una buena carta. Tiene más logística.
O empezar a construir las piscinas de vidrio.
Qué lindo, es muy chévere.
After the first,
Yeah. A little bit, but
yeah.
yeah.
it's hard, a little hard to see.
No, se mueve la cámara.
Sí, pero no está haciendo nada.
Se apagó el control.
Esa Charlie es una locura.
Baja, no, suba. Eso ahí.
Esa Charlie me hacía.
Vamos, Víctor.
Ya se va poniendo la gente y ya se va viendo más oscuro.
Es que están ahí parados sin hacer nada, vengan para acá, por favor.
Tápeme la luz.
Vengan desde allá.
Bueno, le voy a pedir un favor. Yo me tengo que ir. voy a ir a cambiar de cuartos porque los niños que no están claros. Entonces, ¿me puedes sacar el resultado, por favor?
Ok.
Vamos, Dani, vamos, Dani.
Florida B y el trabajo. Dani la está hablando.
Sí. Ahí le hizo el paseo.
Alejo, ¿sabe cuál? Ese Blue Tarp. Ponerlo alrededor que haría buenísimo.
Ah, y cógelo pues. Chalín.
Juan Pablo, vamos después de este, ¿no?
Ahí, quita.
Dale, estamos.
Ahí quedó.
Ay, se bajó, cambió.
Gol.
Ah, gol. Madre.
Pero es que no me quiero ir, pero si me pierdo las mujeres.
Ya va, ahorita más tarde.
No, no es que si quiero cambiar, tiene que ir antes de la
Switch.
Ya los 10 minutos 1-1, nos empataron ya acabándose, no.
Mitad de tiempo.
Yeah, no, I'm telling no, they gotta wait for us. I don't take that work. I go manager, corporate office. I mean, that your child is here. We have
So
competition.
just wait here until they get play, or you want to leave now?
Oh, sorry, but
You want to go?
You don't want to miss the game. That's why you
No.
come here. So
Right.
you gotta miss the game because
No.
you gotta switch roles now. Come on.
Dígale que...
Que tiene un
Oh,
gol.
sí,
Manager, you know the name? Let me try. I mean, I can just try. But yeah, I don't want to miss it.
Yeah, you came all the way down here to watch your daughter, and now you gotta go to the hotel because they can do it, right?
Remember, 125 and 134.
Man.
Ya al último, ya se nos meten el gol. Come on.
Una la abuelita.
Ahora tengo que calentar a las niñas.
Primer partido de las niñas contra quién es. Ve.
Por ahí.
Tenemos que andar que poner, pero no. Si sea solo la pared, esa traya oscurecer.
Yo hice regalé este pelo ayer y mira, como lo tengo en cresta. Por eso
Yo regalé el pelo.
Con esta lluvia y esto es nada.
tenía una peluca, regalármela yo, que me fui con Dani y digo,
No, y sabes que ayer, esto no es agua. Ayer cayó un aguacero.
todo lo que he orado para que no vaya a llover fuerte y no van a parar este torneo. Bueno, porque estaba supuesto a ver tormenta contra él. Se ha ido moviendo. Ya llegó su... Se me pone el contacto. Si me voy, si me voy. No, es que se ve más parado, uno, de verdad, porque uno hace llegar la espalda así, es claro.
No se ve nada, toca
Claro,
nada.
también.
Sí, por una pared, una curva sería buenísimo.
No me gusta si uno era una acá.
Pura toalla mojada.
Sí. Así llegan a
Todas
hacer mis
mojadas.
hijas con las toallas.
God. Eso es lo que estaba leyendo ahorita, yo me olía yo.
Yo
Pero
también,
yo no soy.
yo empecé, cuando vi todas las toallas, yo,
Más la humedad y todo eso coge un olor muy rapidito. ¿Tú vienes de cerca o vives acá?
¿Y juegas?
No, yo vine a ver a Natalia.
Ven, Natalia Londoño. ¿Y jugabas o no?
No, ella es mi prima. Entonces, pues vine.
Yo no sé quién es.
La que está
hablando?
toalla azul.
Ah, ok. Oh, ok.
¿Y desde cuánto te demoraste allá acá? ¿Te viste en avión?
3 horas.
¿Te viste en carro? 10 horas.
3.
¿3?
Eso es en el norte.
Por Tampa.
Ok, ya.
Es por la otra costa.
Ahí ya media hora de Tampa.
¿Cuánto queda de Clearwater?
Bueno, Tampa son como 50 minutos. Tampa es como 40, media hora, dependiendo.
Marcos metió.
¿Metió?
Sí.
Qué bueno. Muchachos están jugando bien.
¿Va 2-0 o 2-1?
2-1. Vamos 2-1.
No, así. Andaban para los lados.
Vamos para allá. Pero aún así el juez está ahí encima y permite harto.
Oh,
Permite
sí.
harto contacto, permite hacer.
A mí me gusta es cuando pitan los que vienen de Europa.
Sí, sí.
Cuando juegan, pitan los de acá, siempre se cargan para los
Barra. Están los reportes del la Dios permita. Jimmy,
a lo paso.
qué bueno. No sé.
No, era José Saletas, Mauricio, es que me confunde Mauricio.
Sí, pero la
Jimmy,
amarilla,
no sé.
amarilla es la de Jimmy.
Sí, del Jimmy y el primo también tiene.
También tiene amarilla. No, el primo las tiene negra.
No, el primo.
Ah,
No.
Mauricio. Oh, ya, ya. Ah, entonces es de Mauricio. Tengo un man ahí. Ese se le ve el talento.
Pero la final sí la cambiamos.
Unas están jugando, las otras están Ah, no, Daniela está jugando, está con Isabela.
Can I squeeze here to see better?
Daniela está con los hombres.
No,
y la
it's,
otra
it's,
Is it actually?
I don't see nothing.
What
So
did they say?
he's gonna call us back. I said to him, that's not acceptable. I said that's not my issue. That's the hotel's issue. He said, let me speak to the manager. He said the problem is that they've got people coming in. I said, again, that's your issue, not our issue. He said, you usually have late arrivals. I said, so we'll take the late arrivals upstairs, it's down here, get the late arrivals on the first floor. He said, well, we won't have people to clean the room. I said, again, that's the hotel's issue. They can pay someone overtime, they can get a cleaning service, the manager can go clean the rooms. I said, that's their issue, not my issue. Very nice. But I get my point across. And I said, I said, you know, first of all, I said those rooms are so dirty. He said, I won't even use that shower. I said, we didn't dirty them.
I used the shower and the water was so hot. So hot. It's not cold water. My daughter went to Blue 30 and it's not cold water.
The girls laughed. I said, I'm not getting in that shower. I'll keep my own stink and germs on me. I said, but I'm not getting in that shower because I don't know what I'm going to come out with.
My mom is coming tomorrow.
Oh,
And
your
I'm
mom's
gonna,
coming?
yes.
Oh, how nice.
She lives in Orlando.
Oh, that's nice.
And I'm gonna let them know that I need a niece and nice.
So we'll see. I mean, so he said he got the manager to do 25% off our one room.
Those dos, no?
Los dos, sí.
And then I'll deal with that.
Thank you. Hola, buenas tardes. Mucho gusto, Eliana.
Les presento a Romina. Mucho gusto.
Yo te conozco por fotos.
¿Me conoces?
Al niño que es divino.
Oh, el otro hermoso.
Hermoso. Es que es convencido y todo.
Me parecía hermoso y me miraba así.
Pero su prima es que es bonita, usted no parece la familia.
¿Quién? ¿Quién? Ah, sí, por ella, sí.
No parece de la
No, ella no fue de la familia. Somos
Se
únicos.
parece a tu hermana.
Pero hermano, Carmen.
Carmen
Es por la luz que casi no
No se ve nada.
He said they're full. I know. Who knows? Sometimes they just say that. Yeah.
Reñido. ¿Cuánto falta?
Como
Ya
cinco.
faltan.
Por ahí 5. Faltan 2 minutos.
Ay. Ahí vamos, ahí vamos.
En 2 minutos. Ay, voltéamelo primero.
Is this Jose in that place?
Gol. Ajá.
Gol.
Ajá.
¡Bien!
¡Bien!
Eso fue en un momentico. Mauricio, ¿no? Sí.
Sí, Mauro.
Las gritonas. Ay, no. No lo tienes.
Ay, qué tumbalo fue.
Estamos a pasar como.
Te está viendo la latina.
Pues no, mejor es como segundo.
Así que me meto a jugar.
Se acabó.
Ay, Alejo, a mí se me quedó.
What does that mean when he bangs that?
Pero se
Yeah,
las
it's-
cargo ahora que voy para.
Oh, it's hold or finish? It's hold.
Falta.
Yes.
¿Falta de qué?
Jugador de New Jersey.
Claro. De Florida.
Pegaron a José, creo.
Mañana también.
No hay forma de decirle a ella que tiene muchas clases allá, que podemos alrededor.
Ahora le pregunto a la organizadora, que es que está.
Con bolsas
Ya
negras
está jugando.
y con tape podemos poner al menos un poquito más.
¿Qué?
Yo creo que ya
Bolsas
está
negras.
jugando.
Bolsas negras alrededor y con tape. Que son con
Con el viento.
Sí, empieza a mover.
Those palm trees are blowing. I hope they're not going to storm. You see the movie?
Ganaron.
No se
Claro.
acaba. Ah, sí, ya.
Bien.
Me pones por favor 3-2.
Pues mamazón.
What do you do with it? Keeping score?
Estoy aprendiendo.
Ah, sí.
Keeping score?
De one.
Oh, they won? They go.
Creo que utilizamos no, y al menos
La resistencia.
vea. Es muy mental. No se ajusta y al mismo dice, no, yo tengo que subir. No, no es pelear abajo,
Pero ya
Pero-
la fuerza. No tanto. Cree con él, estamos los dos, es que ahí Portugal juegan mucho. Ellos
No, ya
viven
mucho
abajo.
tiempo. Bueno, nosotros llevamos como un mes por mucho.
Vea, el tío tan feliz. Haciendo deporte. Pero es muy grande la cocina.
So what was the score?
3-2. Bien, Víctor. Bueno, muchachos. ¿Y no trajo las otras?
Estas son las que
Sí. 3-2 quedamos, ¿no?
Bien, bien. Jimmy, cochino.
Tío, ¿cómo se llama en español?
Good job.
Thank you.
Le presentó al coach. Primo, bien. ¿Me está muriendo ya o qué pasó?
No, se iba saliendo. Y venía man como que bajando y uno que me cogió 2 patadas y ¡pam! ¡Pam! Me recibió aquí en el ojo. Ay. Pero eso es amor.
Se le coja cariño.
Nada más duró mi mujer.
Ah. Es que, realmente,
Tío, cuando se cansa me dice que me lo tiene mal el coche. Pesa bastante.
te vas a sacar hasta la noche. Yo llegué, buenas noches. Salimos a rezar y me dije, no, pues yo voy a dar un momentico.
Hubiera bajado.
No, pero es que sabe que yo digo que me cocina el rumbo. Y yo dije,
Saludé a la prima, mucha suerte.
sí, yo dije, no, es que bajo y bajo es...
Pero ahora está 25 minutos.
Sí.
Porque hoy no hay tráfico.
Pero en semana.
I like his haircut. His haircut. See, it's nothing. Because it's like shaving here and then it's too. Hello.
Alas mexicano. Right? Creo que como hasta la tarde. Bueno, ya está tarde, pero... Primo, ¿hasta qué hora se gusta acá?
Yo creo que está como media hora, una hora. Yo creo que como a las 8.
No, perfecto. Que puedes llevar una 10 horas.
Los juegos son 10 minutos.
10 días.
Pues tienen 3 partidos.
Si es que el internet para allá
Se la di a Eliana.
I said, good. Yeah. It's gotta like be patient. No, I don't either, but I was looking up. But you can just go for the you go to in person, you can just go and get out of there. And then just wait. Once you have the open space. But it's good.
So after they play, we go?
After they play, yeah. Did he call you? Oh, because I said, either one, but I'm losing power. I said, you're better off calling your number. But yeah, I wanted to see the play.
Bueno, entonces ahora nos vemos.
I don't like it.
You want here?
Looks like we're, yeah, me.
Nice defense.
O sea, es el mismo club, pero pueden
Wait, Alejandro!
So
Oh.
Do you play?
Yeah, this is my our B team.
Oh, okay.
I'm watching carefully.
What state?
Oh, New Jersey.
Oh, New Jersey. Okay, my daughter is on Macon.
Oh, okay. Oh, Connecticut.
Yeah.
All right. Coming down to support. That's great.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Just one daughter?
Yes, just one.
You have just one child? Or
Yeah,
more?
just one.
Okay. Otherwise, there'd be 2 or 3 on the team. Sweet. You're playing with the other teams, or is it just all girls team? Like,
I think when she plays, it's all the girls, but then the adult team, the more adult team, I think it was the men and the women on the same team. Yeah.
okay, so they'll be playing all these other teams.
I think so, yeah, because she's not 14 yet, so she's a little younger. I forget
Oh,
what her-
U21.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
U21.
Did she go to was it Norway to compete?
Not yet, but I guess now she will. Yeah, 'cause she's only doing it. This is her first or second year.
Oh, good.
She's been swimming since she was 9 months old. She was in swim.
All right. Yeah, for some, it's too much of a radical.
Yeah, no, she likes it. She's, I think,
Radical
I think it's about
transition.
two years now. I don't know, time goes fast. Between 1 and 2 years. She loves it.
That's good. I think for swimmers, after a while, they get bored and just.
She didn't want to do that. Like, she's been swimming, and do you know Jose in Connecticut?
Yeah, Coach.
Yeah.
Is he Coach Jose?
Yeah. So she's been with him from a baby, from 9 months old. And she didn't want to go on to like the swim leagues, like at the Y and stuff. So I said, all right. But she stayed with it, and then he approached her for this.
Okay. It's Jose of the Makos, or is it Hammerheads?
The Makos. Right? Because then there's Jose from New Jersey with the
there's Jose with
Right.
Hammerheads.
Yeah,
And then
because
there's
they're best friends. Yeah.
I remember when we.
That Jose right there, standing there.
Okay, yeah, I remember like 2 years ago
Okay.
when we competed. We played in this pool, kind of had some murky water. It was like 7 feet deep. Or
In Connecticut?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
we
it's
do
murky.
remember
It's
them.
murky.
They did an exhibition with the little kids.
Okay.
We were really impressed by that. It was
Right,
like,
right.
man, starting them off young.
He's an awesome coach.
Yeah.
Like I said, my daughter's been with him since 9 months.
When they get bigger, they're going to be pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Like, really good.
He's an excellent, especially with the little kids.
That's good.
Keeps them going. He's
We
gotta be
had-
tough. He's tough, but yet
You gotta
caring,
just
you know?
be patient, yeah. Like, we recently, I'm with NUWR, so there's 2 New Jersey teams. NUWR, we recently had, I think 2-3 months, started bringing on some real little kids.
Right.
Like we'll play Saturday morning. People see what we do.
Right.
Some are curious, some will try.
Right.
So this time around, we actually got like a family with 3 or 4 kids, I think.
Nice. That's nice.
And so we got like about 5 or 6 little ones
Yeah.
that our team, our coach, while we're practicing training, he'll be on the other side of the pool
Right.
practicing and
he'll
teaching
work
them the
with them.
basics.
Yeah. Sure, because the younger you start,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
better.
That is
I guess
true.
you either love it or hate it. It's something so different.
Yeah, I think it depends. I mean, if you're that young and you get old, as you get older, your desires change.
Yeah.
You might get tired of
Right.
it and you go do something
And it's
else.
a lot of endurance. The water's
Yeah.
get a body strength.
Yeah. Eventually, it becomes a second nature, though.
Yeah.
I remember when I played, it took me 3 months to convince myself to do it.
Right.
I was never a swimmer.
Okay.
So I did like different things, like martial arts, soccer.
Oh, all right. So you're active.
I knew how to swim to live, like survive.
Right. Okay.
That's about
Oh,
it.
all right.
So, I'm talking like complete novice to a sport like
Oh,
this.
okay.
I kind of like that thrill, that death.
I guess. Yeah. I didn't realize it had the danger and risks that it has, but
Well,
I started her now.
It's a more of a mental thing. Like, you think you will drown or die, but you won't.
Because I don't even swim. That's why I put her in it as
okay.
baby. Because I wanted
Yeah.
to make sure she swam. And then I kept her with it because I said, this is great health. You know,
Oh,
to
yeah.
swim and exercise. Nowadays the kids, they don't get outside.
It's a different kind of like,
So she stayed with it and I was happy and I kept her with it.
it's a unique form of physical fitness because the whole body is being used
Right.
and without gravity.
Yeah.
So there's some preservation there.
Right.
Like I have recruited a former work colleague of mine who used to play college football. And he got intrigued.
There's some body strength there, football.
Yeah, but the thing is,
Use it in a
all
different
that
way.
abuse on gravity and all that stuff,
Right.
it's like he wanted to get into a full contact sport, but knew he couldn't do something like football,
Right.
like in his former days. So when he tried this sport out, he was like, I really like it.
Right.
He was supposed to come with us, but he didn't buy a ticket, so he bailed out last week. Yeah, I think it's a good. I think it's a good, like, people who used to play high contact sports, but joints and stuff get in the way. This would be a good substitute.
Yeah.
Just, gotta be able to at least swim well enough to
I'm
survive.
surprised that it's not, because I'm originally from New York. Now we live in Connecticut. I was born and raised in New York. And I was surprised that it's not in New York.
Because we do have players from New York that come. So on my club, I can think of about 4 people who
Any Long Island?
travel from. So the guy I recruited lives in Long Island.
Because when I showed it to my cousin, he was like, wow, I would really go watch this and like for his grandkids or whatever. I said, I don't think it's in New York yet.
Yeah, the only reason it's not in New York is, one, I think it's difficult to find a pool. Like, we have a special relationship with the staff at the pool. They'll let us come after hours.
Yeah.
We get to have a certain part of the pool.
You guys have a nice
Saturday.
pool.
Yeah, we have 2 pools, Ironbound and JFK, which is Jarvis in Jersey. So, I mean, we've had some members on my club talk about wanting to start a New York club, but it's like you want to put in the effort in managing a team, and you got to have a relationship with the pool to be able to use those resources.
Because if you go Long Island and upstate New York, I mean, they have the pool.
Yeah, I think that's the one thing. Is you have a relationship with the pool where they'll allow you to use the facilities after hours or during operations, but section it off. Then is getting and recruiting people. That takes time.
Right.
It takes a good amount of time. But it's always very possible. There's nothing that says it can't happen.
Right.
It's as easy as just getting a bunch of people together.
Yeah, you just have to, want to do it and have the time to, put in it.
It could all just start with just having a ball pass around some basics. It would be great if there was a New York team. More teams, we'd have more tournaments in the area.
Yeah.
Like in Columbia, it's pretty huge. It's not as big as other sports like soccer, but like water sports are big in Columbia. And underwater rugby, there's like a very strong community there. When they have tournaments, they'll have clubs from around the country come.
Is that really where it started? Was there?
No, it started in Germany.
Oh, Germany?
What is the town? It starts with an M. I can't remember it. It's not Munich, but so it started off with someone on a subaquatic club. He came up with this idea as a warm-up before they started doing their aquatic stuff, like tanks and fins and stuff.
Just like
They played it as a warm-up game. And then he eventually decided to, let's see if we can make this into a sport. So they would do exhibitions around the world, around Europe, then in some countries. So some countries, would pick it up, be like, yeah. Some other countries like,
Those weird people do it.
Yeah. There was one time, there was a group of people after a tournament in Canada. They tried to do an exhibition of underwater football. So it's like underwater rugby, except your goal is to just get to the other wall and touch it. So you have a few more players. There's probably a few rules, but someone's trying to push for that.
This is kind of, so what if they just do onto a rugby?
I think it's that human desire to be unique.
Right.
The glory of being the person that started this sport.
5 minutes of fame.
And they probably thought football is huge in America. Maybe you would pick
catch
up.
on quicker than
If it got big, maybe money sponsorship and things like that could can be thrown in the fray.
This seems to be picking up just slow, right?
The sport, football.
No, this in the United
underwater. Oh yeah, like no one's heard about it.
Right, but
They
it's
talk about it. People are like, "What's that?"
But then when they
Is that
see it and I
waterpolo?
show it to them, they're
Yeah.
like, "Wow."
Yeah, they're like, "Wow, that's crazy."
Yeah.
I'd never do it, but I said you do. And then there's underwater hockey. You heard of that?
No.
No? I think underwater hockey. So some players played underwater hockey before they started rugby.
Ah.
So with hockey, it's usually a shallow pool,
Right.
6 to 8 feet. You have this stick with short curves. Kind of think of it as like the handle part of the field hockey.
Okay.
And you use that. You put a glove on, one hand behind your back, and this 5-pound puck.
Right.
The goal is like this long tray. It's got a pocket in it. You got to try to put the puck into that pocket on any part of that long goal.
Right.
I tried it once. It was not really for me.
Now, were you on the team that was just playing with them, with Jose and them?
Playing with them? No, we didn't play against them. We played against DC.
Oh, okay. Because they just played, I think, a Jersey team, and they won. I don't know. I guess the other team.
There was a Florida last team before this squad.
Yeah.
Florida.
Oh, so then it was Florida.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what they call these squads when they play?
Well, there's Florida. I mean, they probably. I think, yeah, Florida has an A and a B team. Yeah, this is our B team. Like our second string player. That's right, Christian is on it. Score. Okay, 2.
I don't know. I might not want to see when under there when she plays because I might get too nervous.
Oh, so your daughter? Okay.
It might be best that I
Walk
don't
away,
say.
get a
It might
snack.
be best that I don't say.
For a walk. See the area.
Oh, I didn't know it started in Germany. That's interesting.
Yeah, and it's since 1961.
Really?
So it's been around for a while.
Wow.
Yeah. It's just a very obscure sport. Yeah, it's played around the world. The only club that I know of that actually pays its players is Turkey.
Really?
The state actually gives a stipend to like ones they consider like their best players.
It'd be nice. I'm hoping it gets into colleges and she gets some scholarship.
That would be nice. I think it's just a matter of there being a media outlet where this sport's shown more often. Because I mean, you talk to any average person.
Oh no.
Anywhere in the world, or even just in America, they have no idea what. Everyone knows a water polo.
No smart.
Underwater rugby, no clue.
Maybe mommy needs to send some clips into some places.
Yeah.
Oh shit, we should change.
I think there could be definitely a niche interest.
Because when people see it, and my family, very into the sports. I didn't know anything about any sport until this. And when I showed this to my cousins in Long Island, they were like, "Wow, this is awesome!
Yeah,
we want to,
you
get the kids to do it." And I'm like, I don't know where to tell you.
You get a lot of respect to see you play this.
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time I've watched it.
So how many years are you doing it now?
I've done, this will be my 3rd year.
Oh.
Past my 3rd year now. Oh no! Good. Nicely done, guys. There was an open goal for a moment. I was like, oh no. Then a goalkeeper came down, but where's the defense? Oh. Defense is slacking. I play defense, so are you familiar with the position?
No.
So when you see someone put their back on the goal, upside down, that's known as a goalkeeper.
Upside down?
Yeah, like when they just look like, the person under the basket here is the defender. and they're supposed to keep anyone from getting under that basket and popping the keeper off the goal. And then the other people who are attacking are part of the offense. So it's like basketball where positions will switch from offense to defense depending on possession. But those are just 3 positions. So each position, there's 6 people in a pool.
Right.
And what you do is you synchronize with your teammates.
Right.
So there'll be 2 goalkeepers, they just synchronize. 2 defenders. And then when you're tired, you swap out with someone.
So when they see you floating up, then they get ready to go in.
Yeah, so I was real concerned because the goalkeeper was there, but she had no defense. Which means your chances of being scored on when they've got 1 to 2 people attacking are very high.
So the goal, which is the goalie, right? They're blocking the basket.
Yeah, they can't hold on to it. They have to basically balance and keep their back on it, and they have to they try to kick.
Okay.
To
My
keep
daughter does
their
that
body
a little, I think.
pressure
goalie.
on there. Yeah.
Yeah, she does it a little bit.
So like here, that person there is a defender. Now there's no defense. And now there's a defender there. Okay, the goalkeeper's gone. Okay, so there's a lot of synchronization and a lot of just a lot going on. And at a very, very fast pace. Like split-second decision making.
Yeah, good for the minds, like you said.
Yeah. So yeah, it's like the pressure of holding your breath while doing an aerobic movements.
Yeah.
And having to think about what to do next.
Right. Like you said, you like the
A lot
rush
of
of it, you
control.
like the rush.
Yeah. It's very easy to panic. That's what's great too, is you learn not to panic as much about a lot of things. And to keep a very clear, cool head about it. Oh, they're done. Oh, man. 52 goals.
Oh, they get ready to go now.
El segundo tiempo.
Baja, Víctor.
Entonces, ¿qué? ¿Aún no va a jugar? Ya calentó.
Tony Marie's going now, right? Tony Marie's playing now? Is she's in the water down there?
Yeah.
I'm going to see her here.
She's on
that side?
Que la lluvia.
Quisiera soleado.
Claro, sería bien bacán.
That's right, they're done.
5-2.
3-0.
This is your daughter's
Es el
team.
que acaba de terminar.
Time to.
Yeah.
3-0.
They got her number now. Yeah, what's her number?
You got plenty of people here to hold your hand.
I know. It's like, maybe I don't want to sit there.
Mami, ¿usted va a jugar?
No, Pipi.
Chávez, ¿usted va a jugar?
Es que ellos son muy vivos, ¿sabes? Ellos hacen con el mejor equipo.
¿Y por qué va a entrar? ¿Por qué va a entrar?
¿Por qué qué?
Porque va a cambiar.
Con Alejandra.
Isabela, ¿sí va a jugar?
O sea que los pueden rotar entre ellos, los pueden rotar para un equipo para otro.
I don't remember her number. Is she 18?
She's right there.
She's out of the water first.
Yeah.
She's number 4.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, 15.
15.
Thank you.
She's out of the water. She has the yellow fin. I think she's the only one with yellow
Oh,
fins.
good. Oh, okay, there she is.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't want to
a las
watch.
mujeres de 12, ¿no?
Sí.
Hay 12 mujeres.
My baby.
Hay 13. Y pues ya 14.
Pero si nada más después
12.
Ya, sobra una.
sobra uno.
Dígale al tío. No puede descalificar para algo de...
Wait. 1, 2, 3.
Hey, what's it?
So as soon as they finish, we leave. Hi.
Oh, has no descansar.
Qué bebé más hermoso.
Sí, ahorita están
the first tournament I've been to where the wall is this board.
The wall is what?
Most of the time you'll do like the full pool, so it'll be like the full walls on both sides. The first time I've been, they cut the pool almost in half, and they put a board to kind of represent the plane. But usually it would be a full pool,
Right.
and a full wall on either side.
Someone dropped this in the bathroom.
Somebody dropped it where? In the bathroom?
Men's bathroom.
Oh, the men's bathroom.
Okay, thanks.
Oh, is there something in there that says me? I know I have mine under me. I think most people do ICME or something. They found that in the men's bathroom. The phone.
Put it right
Or
here.
Dale doesn't have their phone.
Paula.
Oh, I used to have it. You have it. Check ICME. ICME.
Si está duro, yo íbamos a hacer que saque a alguien. Menos mal tenemos la alemana y la Pereira. Que menos mal tenemos la ayuda del alemán y la
She's either ignoring me. They Mike was asking. Yeah.
Bueno.
Are you Connecticut?
¿Voy a sentar aquí, pero?
Sí.
Yo me
Oh. Oh, okay.
Este salió lo alemán.
They should play with that.
¿Aquí entran en programación? ¿Los macos?
Yes, because they had to
Ah, ¿y eso ustedes ya jugaron antes?
that way they don't get
Ah, ok. Gracias.
games. Okay.
Welcome to the next game of the women's tournament here at the North American League for Underwater Rugby in Florida. We are witnessing the game of the Hammerheads ladies playing in white and the Makos from Connecticut playing in blue. And we just saw the start of the game. It is the referees called for pushing under the water, a free throw for white for the Hammerheads. So the Hammerheads going to the middle of the pool, getting to position, and we can see one of the Hammerheads has stolen the goal of the Makos. So if they execute fast, let's see if they can get the ball to the player who stole the goal. And the Hammerheads going forward. Okay, they're rotating the ball close to the goal. That is a common strategy to actually get some to disturb the goalkeepers and the defense, but it's also dangerous because you can easily lose the ball there. You can see, okay, the Makos recovered the ball. The Makos are counter-striking right now. They brought the ball to the surface, the swing, the middle of the pool, but they got caught in a surface scrum. The ball is at the surface. There's some players, we can see there's one Makos player offering herself under the scrum, but it's going towards the goal of the Hammerheads ladies.
I don't think you'll see that. I could barely see that.
the referees called the free throw for the Hammerheads. So again, Hammerheads will get possession of the ball and it will go to the middle of the pool.
No, es falta. No, no falta. No, falta.
And the Hammerheads executed the free throw. There's two players swimming into the corner, but you can see the Mako's defense is going strong. It's lying there strongly, and the Hammerheads are waiting. They're keeping the ball in the corner. Now they're going in. The referee interrupted the game, holding without ball. I can see the sign of the referee, and it's a free throw for the Makos. And you can see there was a Makos player trying to steal the goal. No, that's just the Hammerheads defense going down. Okay, the ball dropped. I think that was not the execution of the free throw yet. The Makos are still organizing themselves to get in position. They executed the free throw, and 3 players going down. The defense of the Hammerheads are lying there. They're playing around. They're trying to go in and put some pressure on the Hammerheads defense. Makos has a large women's team. They have one of the largest women's teams in the league, with a lot of young players and some experienced players. So this is actually a very good team playing here against the Hammerheads, which is supported by a few players from the San Francisco Seabass. The Hammerheads had an earlier game today where they played against a mixed team from Newark and Florida, where they unfortunately lost a little unluckily 1-0 because of the penalty shoot. But for the Makos, that's the first game of this women's tournament here in Florida. At the last tournament, where we had last women's tournament was in Newark, the first ever within the North American League, and that was won by the Makos. Makos came in first, and the Hammerheads ladies came in third at that tournament. So I think both teams really want to win this league, the women's league, this time. Okay, there's a dangerous attack from the Makos. There was no defender lying under the Hammerheads goal, but apparently has not yet led to a goal for the Makos. Makos is still in possession. I think there's an interruption. There's a free throw in favor of the Makos. Free throw in favor of Makos called because of the foul on behalf of the Hammerheads. Hammerheads very nicely lying down there, one defender and one goalkeeper, but the defender left early, and now we saw that the attacker tried to sneak in there into the corner. The Makos executed the free throw. Two players down there. There's one waiting on the other side. It can be dangerous position if she actually get it there, but she didn't. There's a foul called, and the Hammerheads will gain possession. Free throw in the middle of the pool. So it's a good game. Both teams have possession of the ball. Both teams are have a good of time around the goal. And we've seen now 2 or 3 good attacks from the Makos close to the goal of the Hammerheads, but they were not able to convert those opportunities into a goal. Now you can see there's one Hammerhead player also going close to the goal. She's waiting there with the defender and the goalkeeper, but she went up again. The Hammers are getting ready and they are executing. Okay. The referees called it again. It's a free throw for the Makos. I'm not sure for what reason. If it was a mistake from during the execution of the free throw, which I didn't see, or it could also be pushing at the goal. But yeah, so it's again, the ball is in possession of the Makos, playing in blue here. The signal and the Makos, they play down. There are 3 Makos coming in an attack, very nice coordinated attack, but the Hammerheads defense is lying strong as of now. The Makos take out the ball again, take it in and out. It's a good strategy. You can see they really want to score. They're not just managing the ball far from the goal, but again close to the goal. They're trying to really mount a very sustained aggressive attack here. But the ball is caught up. I think the Makos still have possession, but it's the Hammerheads player that has... Now they're going in again. They got free, and a player got the ball. Should be out of bounds, but it wasn't. Okay, so the Makos remain in possession of the ball. The ball is again tied up. Drifting to the surface. Now the ball is at the surface with a few players. It's moving slightly away from the Hammerheads goal, but there's a Makos player under the scrum, so if they... Okay, we call a foul for ball out of bounds. The ball was lifted out of the water by the Makos player, so we have a free throw for the Hammerheads. You can see there's quite a few free throws in this game so far. Most of them have not been for bad fouls, so much more for minor infringements of the rules. So nothing serious here, but every free throw gives an opportunity to actually get this team structured, to get the defense structured, to mount another attack. So it's also nice for us, for viewers, to see how they use these standard situations to rebuild their game. The Hammerheads executed the free throw. There's 1 Hammerhead in position of the goal, attacked by 2 Makos players. The Hammerheads remain possession. They're in the corner now, but 2 attackers, 2 forwards are in pursuit of the person with the ball. That's a very good forechecking here from the Makos. And again, both the ball stuck between the Makos and the Hammerheads player. They're drifting towards the Hammerheads goal, away from the Makos goal, but I don't see anyone having clear possession of the ball. There's a lot of players on the surface. You can see there's Makos players under the scrum, and that is actually how it's supposed to be. You have to be diving down so your players can play down to you, make a pass down to you, so you can get it out of the surface game. Overall, the spectators and for the players, the surface game is not the prettiest part of our sports, and generally there have been a few suggestions how to avoid them. For example, asking for a time limit after 5 seconds or 10 seconds of a scrum at the surface, just call it a referee ball. But as of now, we don't have actual rules at the CNS level. The Swedish league, for example, has experimented with that. The ball, as you can see, is again close to the Hammerheads goal, and I don't see what happened. The referees interrupted the game. The Hammerheads interrupted the game. Oh, it's halftime. It is halftime, and we have 3 minutes of break, and then we'll see the second half, which so far is still 0-0. No goals scored in the first half of this match between the Connecticut Makos and the New Jersey Hammerheads ladies.
Are you able to hear yourself when you're talking? Not at all?
0. It's not a problem. It's actually not bad because I'm shielded from the rest of this, but I don't hear myself in the. I mean, I hear myself through my own voice.
Yeah.
Test. Test.
But the mic is on, right?
Yeah. Test.
Now you should be able to hear just a little bit. It's just, I just want to make sure that you're talking loud enough. I mean, you're fine, but you should be able to hear yourself a little bit.
Normally I don't have the problem of not being heard.
This is the first time I've used the microphone with this guy. So we'll see how they turn out tonight.
Okay. I mean, I like it. Like the feeling of it is nice. I like the feeling of it. It's like it's good.
Yeah. We it's a similar setup to what we're going to use for Hockey Worlds, but previously they had the microphones you hold. The speakers heard them, so you're not looking at where they're going. And so I like the headset. But
No, it's definitely good. Siempre comiendo. Este muchacho. ¿Cuántos meses tiene?
Tiene 15 meses.
Mío también.
¿Sí?
15 meses, 15 y medio. ¿Qué fecha de nacimiento?
De febrero.
¿Qué?
Es el primero.
Primero. El mío es el 15 de febrero.
Pero también.
Dani, ¿cuánto va el partido?
No, 0-0. Como perro no puedes comer perros. Okay, we're getting ready for the second half of the game here in the North American Underwater Rugby League, the women's tournament. In blue playing the Connecticut Makers, in white the New Jersey Hammerheads. So we just saw the beginning of the second half here. The score is still 0-0. Both teams had time around the goal of the opposing team, but so far no team was able to convert their opportunities. Now you can see there's action around the goal of the Hammerheads. There's a lot of players down there. The Makers are in possession. They brought it up to the surface, playing it down to the corner, but you can see the Makers are not trying to play for time. They really want to score. They bring it close to the goal, then a little bit out, and then going in again. But now the ball dropped, the Hammerheads were able to pick it up, and there's two Hammerheads like on a counter strike, nicely done, and that's how it's supposed to be. You can see both assisting each other. They stayed down there, the double passes, and got the ball to the goal of the Makers. Now the Makers defense was there. There was a defender and a goalkeeper, so unfortunately they lost the ball. So the Makers again in possession and marching forwards or swimming forward here. You can see there's a good assistance. You have three Makers players down. That's a little sloppy pass there, but overall very good passes. Few passes to the wrong persons, which sometimes happens if you're in a rush. And again there is a tag on the goal of the Hammerheads. The Makers are going in strong. The ball is somewhere around the goal with a lot of other players. I think there is a Makers player lying in the defense position too, so that can be dangerous if they get the ball. It's a long attack there. Long attack. The Hammers will not be able to clear. That is a dangerous position where the goal was open, but I believe the referees have called it. It's a free throw for the Hammerheads. So white free throw in the middle of the pool. That was quite a sustained attack from the Makers here. Hats off to both the Makers attack as well as to the Hammerheads defense trying to withstand this sustained attack. The Hammerheads in the middle of the pool with the ball, they're executing. They have 3 seconds to execute the ball, execute the free throw and make a pass. And they did that. Again, 3 Hammerheads players down. So a lot of good positioning here, but they have to get in, they have to get the ball moving, so they took it out to the corner. 2 forechecking Makers trying to make pressure on the person with the ball. You can see the Hammerheads left their player there alone, and the 2 forwards really tried to get in. Now that's a risky pass there on top of the goal for to the Hammerheads person, but they lost the ball. So the risky passes can be rewarding, but they cannot. A counter strike, a strong counter strike now from the Makers. Makers going in. The goalkeeper was able to defend. That was a good chance for the Makos here, but you could see the defender, the attacker, should have gone down, but she didn't. She stayed too much up, and if she had gone down, I think she would be able to lift the goalkeeper. And here Mako still attacking the goal. There's now still a good defense, a full defense of the Hammerheads is lying there, and the Makos are swimming against the fins of the defender. That is, of course, not very good strategy. Being called a foul in favor of the Makos. I think holding without ball, I believe, like somebody's getting a warning. There's some discussion. Let's see. I think one Hammerheads player has been given a time penalty, 2 minutes out. So one player is for 2 minutes out. I haven't seen really what the reason is, but so now the Hammerheads are playing with 5 players. So once one player gets a time penalty of 2 minutes, that means that the team has to play with 5 players instead of 6 in the water for 2 minutes. That's a huge disadvantage, and I'm sure the Makos will try their best to really use this advantage in numbers and try to really score with one person more in the water. But so the Hammerheads really have to keep their defense tight. Of course, having a scrum at the surface is not what the Makos want, because that plays into the cards of the Hammerheads, who have to get through the 2 minutes while the 6th player is outside. The Makos going into the corner, and the forward of the Hammerheads got the ball, I believe. No, it's still Makos has the ball. They're attacking, trying to go for the goal, trying to really bring everything they have to get the one goal they need. But the Hammerheads, oh, that is dangerous. You can see there's no with the call. It's a free throw for the Makos again. It's a free throw for the Makos again, which there's the Hammerheads are having a full defense there. They can't really afford to slip up right now. They have to have a full defense, because with one person less, they need to have a full defense, otherwise it'll be very dangerous. So Makos again doing a pass down to a player. The free throw. Free throw, pushing without the ball, and it's in favor of the Hammerheads. And we can see the Hammerheads player that has been expelled for 2 minutes is now walking back to the exchange lane. Once she reaches that, she can go in. I think now that the Hammerheads again in full strength, so they again 6 players in the water, and they have a free throw. So that was a dangerous 2 minutes for the Hammerheads, but the defense held up. And I can see that, it was a nice gesture. The Makos player got the ball from the bottom and handed it over to the Hammerheads player. That's nice, because normally often you try to drop it and the other team has to dive down to get it. Just exhaust the other team just a little bit more. The ball, the Hammerheads are attacking, but it's just for one girl only, and there's a full defense lying there, so that's a dangerous thing. Okay, the Hammerheads still in possession of the ball. Hammerheads still in possession of the ball. They're trying to go in, but there's no assistance. So just one Hammerhead player against 3 or 4 defenders here of the Makos. It's not easy to score like that. Let's put it mildly.
No.
And I believe the Hammerheads scored. That was amazing. The Hammerheads were able to score here, the first goal. I didn't see who scored the goal, but So now the Makos, which definitely had more possession of the ball, they had more time around the goal of the Hammerheads, they have to up their game. They know they have to win. They want to win this tournament and the women's tournament here and in Florida, and they have to bring everything. They have to push their limits even more to score if they want to win this game. And they can. There's still some time left in the game, and it's still open, though of course the Hammerheads now have a distinct advantage. They can play differently now that they know they have a 1-0 lead. We're in the half of the Hammerheads. The ball is tied up to the surface. Now the Makos player mid-water is carrying the ball. They're drifting up to the surface again. There's a full Hammerheads defense lying there, so they know they cannot just make a gift to the Makos and leaving their goal open where the scrum is close to the goal. And now a Hammerhead player got in there. I think she got the ball, but she was not able to free herself. The interruption of the game, the referees called a foul. There will be a free throw in favor of white of the Hammerheads. So again, Hammerheads have the ball in the middle of the pool, and they execute it. There's two players. That was a nice pass up to get rid of the two attackers, the four checkers from the Makos team. And I hear, oh, this is the end of the game. So, okay, that is the end of this women's game at the North American League tournament here in Florida. The Makos played in blue against the New Jersey Hammerheads through a goal about a minute and a half ago. The Hammerheads won this game 1-0, and we can look forward to more games here in Florida, Fort Lauderdale.